Today I'm going to show you how to fix your depressed shoulders. What's going on, everybody? It's Blake Bowman here with Gorilla Zen Fitness, and in today's video we're going to be addressing depressed shoulders. So to begin, depressed shoulders are characterized by your shoulder blades, specifically your scapula, okay, your shoulders and your shoulder blades being depressed down your back, okay? A lot of people have the opposite issue where they have like elevated shoulders, where they're like kind of walking around like this. However, it's not entirely uncommon for people to have the exact opposite condition. Now, if you have this, it is crucial that you address it, especially if you're some type of overhead athlete. So if you play tennis, volleyball, anything, or you're even just a weightlifter and you do shoulder press, things like that, you need to work on this because the fact that your shoulder blades are depressed and they're not in an optimal position is really going to hinder your ability to flex your shoulder, get your arm overhead properly without developing some sort of compensation pattern that's going to eventually lead to an injury. Additionally, this can also cause overstretching and trigger points as a result of the overstretching to occur in like the mid-upper trap area of the upper back, like right in this area in here. And you know, I've had this for a long time, and it kind of feels like a trigger point that just never goes away, even with foam rolling and things like that. And that's because it's overstretched, and actually in this case, foam rolling can make it worse. There are two things you have to do to really improve the position of your scapula, your shoulder blades, and get them to be higher. One is to release the tight muscles and tissues that are causing it to be depressed. And the second thing is to strengthen and shorten the muscles that elevate the scapula so that when they're shortened as a result of our strengthening exercises, your scapula will be up in a more optimal position. Once this is implemented into your regular routine, these correctives that I'm about to show you, you should find that your scapula, your shoulder blades, just rest naturally higher. Alright, so we're going to kick it off with foam rolling. The first area we're going to foam roll is the lats, okay? These suckers are huge depressors of the scapula, okay, the shoulder blades. And in my case, this is like the primary muscle group that basically resulted in my shoulder blades being depressed because my lats are so big and tight I'm not very proportional in my lats. I have very strong lats and they really depress my shoulder blades. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to release the lats with a foam roller. Basically get under here like this. I always talk about this in my other videos, but stay off of these lower ribs down here. Okay, the floating ribs are very mobile. They can be dislocated and hurt very easily. Stay up high here and even come around onto like the posterior fibers of the lats on the back, okay? Really being careful of those ribs, okay? So the lats are the first one. The second one are the lower traps. It's funny because I just made a video the other day about how to strengthen the lower traps. That's only for people that have like elevated shoulders, which you could argue is more common than depressed shoulders. But if you have depressed shoulders, you don't want to be strengthening the lower traps anymore. In fact, you want to be releasing them. The lower traps are right underneath the shoulder blades in this area, okay? So we're basically just going to foam roll the upper back here, just like this, all right? And you know, that's really it. If you want, you can come into like the serratus anterior subscapularis area in here. It's hard to do it with a foam roller, but if you have really depressed scapula, then you can definitely like get in there with like a ball or a Theracane or something like that. Serratus anterior and subscapularis will also depress the shoulder blade. So look at those two if you want to do something a little bit more than just foam roll for your release. But hitting the lats with the foam roller as well as the lower traps should make a big difference. In conjunction with doing these release exercises, you also want to avoid doing exercises in the gym or movement patterns in life that are going to cause the scapula to be depressed more. So you want to stay away, like I said, from lower trap strengthening. I would also recommend laying off of really heavy deadlifts and farmer's walks, things like that. Pull-ups, things that are going to activate the lats, the lower traps, or the serratus anterior. For the time being, while you're working to improve the position of your scapula, lay off of those things, okay? Because you're just going to be fighting an uphill battle and you're going to be creating that environment for yourself by continuously strengthening them. Okay, so now you know what to foam roll and what exercises and movements to avoid doing to cause these muscles that depress the shoulder blades to be even more overactive and short. Now we're going to move into the exercises, the strengthening exercises that are going to help pull the scapula up. Okay, so it's not rocket science. If you want to elevate your shoulder blades, then the movement that you need to do is shoulder elevation, okay? So we're gonna do a reverse shrug. You can also do normal shrugs. I have really light dumbbells in my hands, but to target the upper traps, you know, we can do a regular shrug like this. What I prefer more and what translates better to overhead sports is a reverse shrug, also known as an overhead shrug. Basically, you're gonna put your arms up, fully extend them like you're gonna do a shoulder press, but you're gonna allow you can do this with a barbell or a dumbbell, you can do it seated, you can do it standing. I like doing it standing with a barbell, but mine's over there, I didn't wanna grab it. Basically, what you can do though is start with your arms overhead, let your scapula be depressed, and then actively contract and push them up. Depress, elevate, depress, elevate, depress, elevate, okay? And that's basically how you do that. You can do that for about 4 to 5 sets of 15 repetitions, progressively getting heavier as your upper traps become stronger. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, then go ahead and do so right over here. I'm uploading here about 2 to 3 times a week now. If you haven't downloaded my free ebook, Posture, the Ultimate Life Hack, make sure you do that using the description down below. It's basically a book all about the benefits of having good posture, and then I kind of break down some really good corrective exercises that you can do to generally improve your posture. If you want me to assess your posture for you professionally, I can do that via my coaching page. Basically, we'll get a meeting scheduled, I'll assess you, I'll be able to identify all of your muscular imbalances and postural distortions on that call, and then I will let you know what they are so that you can use that information in your training routine to improve your mechanics. If you're interested in that, go ahead, open the description down below and hit coaching. Other than that, as always, I'll see you next time.